I got 2 words for you. 8 days. No, not like the ring how she says 7 days until you die, but as in 8 days until the release of WWE 2K26. And today we got an idea of how big this game is. Courtesy of the Xbox Series X, we know that the file size, and obviously this isn't a PC version, but for console, 138.85 gigabytes. That is actually insane. We have 8 days until early access for this game begins. Of course, 15 if you have the standard edition. And we're just now figuring out that this game is 138 gigabytes. I want you to really sit down and fully comprehend just how insane this is. This is why people like me and others in the community have been advocating that we don't need the island. I almost called it the city. We don't need the island game mode. There's no reason for a WWE video game to take up 138 gigabytes of storage. This game could end the year possibly at like 160, 170, maybe 200 gigabytes. And just to give you a glimpse of how big that is, Baldur's Gate 3 is like 120 gigabytes. Cyberpunk 2077 barely cracks 100. I think it comes out to like 120, maybe 124 or something after you download the DLC. So again, why does a WWE game need to take up that much storage space? I mean, like, I wish it was like Battlefield 6 where I could choose not to install the island. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section about it. I'm really curious to see people's opinion on it. But we have some more news. A lot of people have criticized 2K for some of the entrances, a lot of stuff, which again I think is deserving. Remember, this is a game that has a tier of $150. At its lowest, $70. And so Femi, a lot of people have criticized that his model is not up to date and that the interest is not up to date. Well, Oba actually has responded. In an interview with No Context Wrestling, Femi said, here's the thing. There is a version of Femi when I first started, when they did the initial motion capture for that. I did walk like that and I did have my hair up. So that is a version of Femi. But don't worry, there's updates coming. There's definitely updates coming. Fans, you'll get the original strut with the hair down, I promise. So we can view this in one of two ways. He's going to actually get a whole new updated model by the time the game launches, whether it be early access, maybe in the 15 days when the standard edition officially launches for everybody, maybe in the first initial update, or are they going to patch in another version of Oba like we have Femi, let's say it says Femi 24 or Femi 25. Then we get a newer model, Femi 26. And this is the catch. Would it be either locked in the island game mode? Would it be locked in as a My Faction Persona card? That's where I'm kind of like, we see it in this game especially. 2K is really ramming up the microtransactions. So that's what I'm kind of, you possibly lose me at. And then again, maybe they'll just patch them and fix it, update it. And again, I could be wrong with the speculation. Maybe they'll just update them when the game comes out or in the first patch. And while we're on the topic of superstars being updated, I think this actually came from the Creator Fest that they held for 2K26. But there's this clip of Tiffany Stratton that's going viral. She's sitting there reacting to her character's entrance in the game, and she doesn't look pleased. She doesn't look thrilled. And like a lot of people are saying, they have just not updated her truthfully in a while. Her entrance, she still has her NXT entrance. She hasn't done this entrance in years. And so for a talent to visibly be like, that's a bad look. That's a bad look. I know a lot of the people do it with like NBA 2K. So to really start seeing more of the wrestlers doing it on the WWE side, it's like, come on. Again, this is a game that you have ramped up the microtransactions because as a matter of fact, the battle passes in this game are like the ones in the newer NBA 2Ks. So you can skip. And I think Status posted a graphic about it. If you were to fully skip a season, it would come out to like $400 or $600. So for you to release a product that you feel comfortable attaching that sort of price tag to, which is absolutely insane for a video game. The least that you could do is make sure that people have updated interests. Let me know in the comment section, is that an unreasonable thing to ask? Like what? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. WWE 2K26 on the way.